let's get started on our Skinner blend. I have to admit, I've not used this yellow gold glitter in a Skinner blend before. And this is Peacock Pearl, which has iridescent in it. So we'll see how this works out. I was going to put a strip of white in here, but I thought I'd give it a chance to blend itself. And then if I want to lighten up the center, I can put white in it later. This is 4-inch. You cut your blue and your gold 4-inch squares. Cut it in half, offset it. I offset it quite a bit on each end. So I'll have some solid blue here and some solid gold there. After I offset it, I stacked each color on top of the same color. All blue, all gold. I put it together. I rolled over it with a little rod. Sort of stuck it together. We'll take my blade. And if you don't have one of these mega blades from Tiny Pandora, it is strong, it is long, it is fabulous. Okay, I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to fold gold on gold and blue on blue. Now these will roll out to a number 3. So I have like a thickness of 1. I'm going to put the fold edge on my rollers this way. Here's my rollers down here. Each time it comes through the rollers, I'm going to fold collar on each one. All blue, all gold, and run it through again. I'm going to continue that process until I get the blends that I want. So let me do that because I have a motor on my machine and it's quite loud. So let me get some blending done on this and then I'll come back and show you where we are. Okay, I ran my folded part over twice on number 1. Folded it in between each run through. Gold on gold, blue on blue. Then I took it down to number 3. And this is twice on number 3. So you can see we're getting some blue moved over into the gold because a lot of your metallics and your pearls have a lot more translucent in them than your opaque colors. So let's see where this continues. This is what this side looks like. So don't worry about it. It will work itself out. I continued running it through on number 3 and folding it, in between each time. This is where I stopped. I like the gold glitter going into the blue down here. And then the glitter just sort of fades off like our Skinner blend does until we get up to the teal blue, the Peacock. So I'm going to set my clay out and make sure. Get that out of the way. There's no air bubbles. And this is on a number 3. And I want to try to get a large pendant, and it may not have to be that large. Let's take it down to that size so I'll have more of the clay to work with. So I'm going from that size down to this size. And we'll keep this size I may go down a size on that one too. Let me see if my bead will fit in there. Yep. Let's go down another size on the inside so we've got more of the color on the background. But I do want a suspended bead from in there. Okay. Let me see if this is wide enough. It may be. I'm going to put a piece of press-and seal down. It's been used over and over and over again, so it's not sticky. Because I want these edges beveled. And I'm going to bake them on a bowl so it'll be curved. Get my knife and go around there. Just want to make sure it's cut all the way through, because I'll clean up the edges in a minute. Excuse me. Okay, here's my little one. So I want that on the inside. So let's cut this one this way. Well, actually it's a cut out, isn't it? Now let me mark the center with my blade. Make sure. Okay. And I'm cutting this shape out of the center of this because I want to suspend one of these beads inside there. So let me go around that one real quick. New Year's Eve. I don't know if you can hear it, but the fireworks have started. I actually live across the street from SeaWorld, and those shouldn't be starting for a couple of hours. But boy, are they loud and pretty. You can see them from my house. Okay, my intentions are to take this feather and hook it possibly. Okay, let's do this size earrings. And again, I'm putting my plastic wrap down. I should get out my acrylic block for this, shouldn't I? I need to move my plastic wrap over. my earrings are cut out. I think I can bake these, which would be a good thing. Okay, I've got my teardrop shape cut out on the front and on the back, and I'm basically going to do the same thing that I did with the earrings. And if my wire was a little bit thicker, I wouldn't even put these bends in it. I just don't want it coming out since it's so thin. I get some more liquid clay. Spread it around the outside. It seems like I'm dropping everything today. Now this one's going to move more freely because we got a bigger space. And you're going to be able to see some of this wire in this one. And that's fine. And I'm just going to curl up this bottom. Put the front on. Make sure my top and bottoms are together. Okay, I think I'm going to put an eye screw at the top of this one. So I'm going to put a little pilot hole in there for my eye screw. put my eye screw in here. Just make a little pilot hole in there so you can screw that in there, and I use Wells Bond glue to put it in. And I think I'm going to put eye screws in over here too. Okay. Now it's all ready to bake. I've got my earrings already placed on my bowl. And like I said, this is just going to give a slight arch. It's not really too curved. I'll put this on there as well. So there's my top piece on there. And my front piece. Make sure it's all attached down to my bowl real well. My earrings. And I'm going to bake these. This is Premo, so it's at 275 Fahrenheit. And I'm going to bake it for about 30 or 40 minutes. And that should be it. And then we'll come back and put it together. Here's the 2 earrings. Everything's baked. And this is a top that I cut off of a silicone soap mold. The big deep ones, and we don't use them in polymer clay. So I cut the tops off of them and use it to using my UV light. Okay, that's my little screw there, my eye screw. And I'm going just to dip it down into my Wells Bond glue and insert it in my pilot hole that I made while they were raw. And you literally screw it in. The clay's soft enough to where it's going to let it screw in, and the Wells Bond's going to hold it. Again, this is metal to clay, and I trust Wells Bond before I do any other glue. So I've got my eye screws in top of my necklace, and I've got all 3 of them in my little bar that's going to go up here and hold this. Now I'm getting ready to put DeepShine UV resin brush on these. And that's a product from Tiny Pandora. She developed it. It's a UV resin. It's brush on. It does not yellow. So it's a fantastic product. And I don't see anything right up here I can pour it in. You can pour it into a plastic container. I just want to show you a couple of things as I wrap up this video. I've got my pieces under my UV light with the DeepShine on them. I ended up using this cutter on top instead of the leaf cutter. I just didn't care for the leaf cutter. It didn't work out. After you use DeepShine or a UV resin, you don't have to clean your brush. I've had this brush ever since DeepShine came out several years ago, and I've not cleaned it. If it has an excess of DeepShine or UV resin in it, I clean that off, and I make a little foil house, and I roll out my brush so no light gets to it, and I put it in my brush holder. And that's how I do that. I'm going to use these on the earrings. I made little bead things to go on the earrings and in between the necklace and the arch piece. I also made another necklace that needs baked that doesn't have the big space in the center, so the bead fits directly in there, and I've got a pre-drilled hole in the top to do that with. So I'll bake that up and do it again. I'm going to put some pinch bails on top of the arch to hook my chain to. And this is my big lock for the end. It's a heart. And you just push down, and it's a big lobster claw heart. So let me get these out of the UV light. Also, I use oval jump rings. If they come undone, you're not as likely to lose your piece because it opens on the side and not on the end. So when the weight of whatever you have on a jump ring pulls it down, it's at a closed bottom. So that way they don't slide out if they happen to come undone. So let me get these put together and we'll be right back.
Never waste my time, you are I want. Neither of us wanna be alone.